everyone, I am Dhara Sharma. Welcome back to our channel. In the ongoing video series of programming in C++, you have seen many interesting videos. Today we are going to understand one more interesting video and one more important video which is related to function overloading. So in this video, we are going to understand the basic overview of polymorphism. We will see types of polymorphism. In that, we will understand in detail function overloading. So first of all, let's understand what is polymorphism. So polymorphism means many forms. Same thing can be used for different purposes. Okay, we have seen types of polymorphism. There are two types of polymorphism. One is compile time polymorphism and the other is runtime polymorphism. There are two types of compile time polymorphism. One is operator overloading and the other is function overloading. And the virtual function is a type of runtime polymorphism. Among these types, today in this video, we are going to understand function overloading. So function overloading, that means we can have functions with same names but different parameters. In C programming language, we used to have multiple functions to perform multiple operations, but we cannot have multiple functions having same name. So because of the feature polymorphism in C++, we can have multiple functions having same name. The compiler will distinguish those functions with the help of parameters. So function name should be same, but arguments should be different. There can be a difference between the number of argument, or there can be difference between the type of argument. Okay, so we will understand the concept of function overloading with the help of example.
So now let's see a program for function overloading. So we have just discussed earlier that object-oriented programming language provides a feature called polymorphism. That means many forms. That means we can have multiple functions having same name in a single program performing different tasks. Okay, so in C++, function overloading provides a facility of having multiple functions having same name in a single program. So compiler will automatically distinguish those functions by their arguments. So we will understand this with the help of this program. So first of all, here I am going to declare a header file #include iostream.h for input output functions. After that, conio.h. Here I am going to define functions just before the main function, so there is no need to declare the functions. Now I am going to make two functions. One is for adding to integer data and the other is for adding to floating point data. So for both the functions I am going to take a same function name which will be sum. Okay, so first of all I'll write here void sum. And I'm going to make the sum function for adding to integer data. So for that I'll need to pass the arguments as integer A, comma integer B, and in curly bracket I'll write the logic. So in cout statement, first of all I'll print that sum is equals to, again insertion operator, A plus B for adding to integer data. Then again insertion operator and ANDL for ending the current line. Now after that again I am going to make a sum function. Okay, here I have taken a sum function for adding to integer and again I am taking a sum function and I will pass the floating point data as an argument. So I will write here in bracket float C, comma float D. Okay, and again in curly brackets I'll write the same logic, cout, again in double quotes the message sum is equals to, after that C plus D, and again ANDL for ending the current line. Now I am going to define a main function in which first of all I'll write CLR SCR clear screen for clearing the output screen. So now we need two integer variables and two floating point variables. So first of all I'll declare integer a comma b and then float c comma d. Now in cout statement I'll print the message as enter the integer data, okay, and semicolon. After that, using the cin statement, I am going to enter the data for variable a and b. So I'll write here a, extraction operator, b and semicolon. Again for entering the floating point data, same I'll write cout and the message that enter the float values, okay, and with the help of cin statement I'll enter two float variables, float data. So I'll write here c, extraction operator, and d. Now we will call the function. So first of all I'm writing here sum, and in the bracket I'm going to pass the integer data. And again in the next statement, again I am going to call the sum function, but I am going to pass the float variables, okay. So whenever the compiler will find this statement sum ab, so it will find that there are two functions having some function name, okay, but the arguments are here are of integer type, so it will automatically call the function having the argument of integer type. That means it will call this function. After that, whenever it will call the function, this function in which the arguments are of floating point type, so it will automatically call this function in which the arguments are of floating point type, okay. And then after get ch. So first of all we will enter two integer data, then we will enter two floating point data, then we will call the functions. First of all the function having integer arguments, and after that a function having floating point argument. In both the function we have seen that the function name is same, but the type of arguments that we are passing are different, okay. So now let's see by running the code. Here first of all I need to enter two integer data 3, 4 and two float data 1.2 and 3.4. So you can see that the sum of 3 and 4 is 7 and sum of 1.2 and 3.4 is 4.6. So you are getting the correct output. So I hope you got the better idea about function overloading with the help of this example.
So I hope this video would be helpful to get the better idea about function overloading. So we will see some important questions related to function overloading. So first of all, what is polymorphism? What are the types of polymorphism? What is function overloading? And write a simple program using the concept of function overloading. So if you have any query regarding the video, you can comment us. If you like the video, please like and share and subscribe our channel for more interesting videos like this. I'll see you soon with my next video. Till then, stay tuned, take care, have a nice day.